It all began years ago in Los Rayos, a Mexican town scorched by the sun and adorned with giant cacti. In a small adobe house, a miracle occurred. A tiny baby was born named Primo, the cousin. But there was a problem. Primo was born so frail and thin that when the harsh desert winds blew, his mother had to wrap him tightly in blankets just to keep him from blowing away. Because his mother feared for his safety, Primo's childhood wasn't spent in the streets, but by the window. From there, he watched the wooden wrestling rings every single day. He dreamed that one day, he would step into that ring and become a champion. To him, the masked luchadores weren't just wrestlers, they were his entire world. Inside him beat the heart of a lion, but his body was not yet strong enough to carry that fire. One day, the local bullies stole his only treasure, a homemade cloth mask. They mocked him, shouting, "Look! Skinny Primo wants to be a hero." Primo was too small to fight back. They had taken the thing he loved most and he was powerless. But that day, Primo did not cry. He made a vow. "Never again will anyone take anything from me." Primo refused to accept his fate. He made nature his teacher. Every morning before sunrise he went to the canyons to lift giant boulders from the river. His fingers bled, his back ached, but he never gave up. He punched cacti instead of sandbags to build his speed until his fists whistled through the air. Day by day, he grew stronger, yet no one in Los Rayos noticed, until the day of the raid. The Shadow Gang descended upon the town, seizing everything. Everyone hid in terror. The gang leader cornered Primo's mother, pushing her to the ground to steal her basket. In that moment, time stopped. The blood in Primo's veins boiled like a volcano. Though only 12 years old, he unleashed his first legendary move, Fists of Fury. Left, right, 4 lightning-fast strikes sent the bandit reeling. The coward tried to flee, but Primo hunted him down and leveled him. The townspeople watched from their windows in awe. Those fists, fueled by justice, were his first great gift. Word of his heroism reached Maestro, an old wrestling master. Maestro taught him that wrestling wasn't just brute force, it was the art of balance. After years of training, Maestro threw young Primo in front of a raging bull. Primo didn't run. He grabbed the beast by the shoulders, arched his body like a bow, and hurled the ton of muscle over his head. This was the birth of his suplex supplement. Maestro smiled, stroking his beard. "Well done, Primo. You have learned to use your strength with wisdom." At the peak of his youth, a meteorite glowing purple and gold fell into Star Park. When Primo touched this mystic stone, thousands of volts of energy surged through him. He named this power Asteroid Belt. When the great Brawl tournament was announced, his mother gave him a gift, a shimmering blue and red mask that belonged to his father. The moment he put it on, the strength of ancient heroes filled his soul. He was no longer just Primo, he was the mighty El Primo. In the grand final, El Primo faced a colossus of steel, a giant robot. His punches couldn't pierce the armor. He was cornered, but he refused to lose. Feeling the sacred energy within, he screamed,
¡El Primo!
He defied gravity, soaring above the clouds, and descended like a meteor into the heart of the machine. This was his signature move, the flying elbow drop. But he didn't stop there. He meditated in a volcanic crater to bind his strength to the elements. Now his landing didn't just shake the earth, it engulfed the area in blue-hot flames. El Fuego. He learned to channel kinetic energy into his legs, gaining the speed of a supercar. Meteor Rush. Years later, after discovering the Legend's crystal, Primo unlocked his hypercharge. His body pulsed with purple plasma. Now when he leaps, he creates a black hole upon landing, pulling enemies into his crushing embrace. This is the gravity explosion. The weak boy blown by the wind had become a titan who commands gravity itself. El Primo's story is more than just muscle. It is proof that no matter how weak you start, if you never give up, you can fall from the sky like a meteor. Behind the mask, he still carries the heart of that little boy seeking justice. So, which part of El Primo's journey inspired you the most? Was it the moment he threw the giant bull, or his transformation into a cosmic force? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this legend, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell with Meteor Rush speed. Who should be our next hero? Leon, the Master of Shadows, or the mysterious Spike? The choice is yours.